In SketchUp, objects may be assembled into components. These objects are easier to move and rotate as single entities rather than having to select all the surfaces and edges individually. Component copies are linked such that any changes you make on one component are propagated throughout all the similar components. First, we'll make this chair into a component. Drag a selection window around all the parts of the chair. It's always a good idea to check your selection so you have only the parts needed for the component. Going to wireframe and orbiting around shows pieces of the table included in the selection. Hold Ctrl-Shift or Option-Shift on the Mac and drag a selection window to deselect the geometry you don't need. With your entity selected, go to the Edit menu and choose Make Component, or choose the icon for making components here. This brings up the dialog box for components, where you can name your component and give additional behavior as well. We'll create this one with the default settings. Now that this chair is a component, I can copy it as one object, and I can rotate it with the Move tool. Hover over the component with the Move tool and click on one of the red tick marks. These are rotation grips for quick spinning of components. I'll turn this chair to face the table. Now, let's look at how to edit a component. Right-click or context-click on a Mac to see the context menu. Choose Edit Component, or with the selection arrow, simply double-click on the component to edit it. Let's make the chair back higher by using Push-Pull. See how the other components change as well? When you're done editing, right or context click outside of the component and choose Close Component. Or with the selection arrow, simply click outside of the component. When a component is created, it is placed into the component browser. This browser shows the library of existing components that come with SketchUp. Any components you create are also shown here. Click on the house icon to see what components are currently residing in your model. We'll make a component out of the table. And you can see it now appears in the browser. Let's copy the chair around a few more times. But see that there remains only one chair shown in the browser. Because SketchUp treats all the copies as instances, this helps keep your file size down. Instead of remembering how to draw 6 chairs, the program only has to remember how to draw 1. What if we need to separate these chairs out and edit just 1 or 2 of them apart from the rest? Simply select the chairs you want to break away, right or context click on them, and choose Make Unique. Now a new component has been added to the library. When we edit one of these, they are now a different component definition. To save a component outside your SketchUp model, right or context click on the component, either in the scene or in the component browser, and choose Save As. You can then bring it into any future SketchUp model. In this way, you can create your own extensive library of components you often use, or share them easily with coworkers in a standards library. You can also swap out components for other components. To swap all of one component definition for another, right or context click on the component and choose Reload. Find the component you want to use and click Open. Or you can pick several different components to swap. After selecting them, right or context click on a component from the component browser and choose Replace Selected. Be sure to watch the other tutorials on components to learn more about this powerful feature in SketchUp.